Just a quick review video of a King's portable console fridge. Just a little fridge that I can use with the Bluetti in the van. Hello again, Peter here. Hope you're going good. I wanted something small for the van after my last trip away. Didn't really want to take the big 55 litre Waco. Saw this on special. $127 if you ordered it with a cable. Let's see how we go. Just been delivered. Strange to see that it's got a return parcel post slip on it and the sender's details as well, which is a little bit ominous. I'll go ahead and open it and make sure it's working. Right, let's check out this King's fridge. Hopefully it's not a second. So yeah, it looks brand new. Still got plastic on it. Let's get it out of the box. There we go. We'll go and grab the Bluetti. Got the cable with it. Oddly, if you bought it on its own, it was supposedly $170. But if you ordered it with this cable, it was 120. So, go figure. Where does she plug in? Front. Oh yeah, I can hear and feel the compressors just kicked on. Maybe you can hear that down there. And it's drawing 30 watts out of the Bluetti. So that's the King's portable console fridge. It's the new version. It's the 13.5 litre. The old one was 15 litre with a curved top. But they reckon that the old one chewed up quite a bit of power, whereas this one's supposed to be a bit better. We'll give it a crack, and as I say, I'm only going to be occasionally using it in the van, so should keep a few drinks and a few little bits and pieces in there. Cool, it's more than big enough, and it's pretty light and doesn't take up much space. So here's the fridge. I've set it to 4 because I don't really need it to go any lower than that. 4 or 5 is what I usually have the fridge set on in the Waco. So it's currently being powered by the Bluetti, and it's currently drawing just under, well, about 45 watts. Shoulder strap, it is pretty light, to be honest with you. So yeah, I just had a quick look at here. Drinks 5 degrees, vegetables, wine 10 degrees. So yeah, we'll crack it on 5 degrees. I won't be really taking any meat. I might take some bacon or something when I go away, but mostly for drinks. It says 5 degrees here. It's currently dropping down. It was about, what was it, 26 before? It's down to 21 already. So it's currently 24 degrees here on the patio. It's just dropped to 21. I think it started off about 24, but it's just dropped to 20 now. So it's 4 o'clock. We'll see. Still drawing about 45 watts. So we'll see how long it takes to drop it down to 5 degrees. There's nothing in it, so that's not ideal. Usually you should put some frozen water or whatever in the bottom of it to get it going, but this is straight from delivered. Chucked it on the Bluetti, and we'll see how long it takes to get down to, what did I set it to, 4 degrees. So it's now 4:06, down to 14 degrees. It's dropped 10 degrees pretty quickly. Let's see how we go. So it's now 4:22. Temperature's showing 0. No power being drawn from the Bluetti. I had it set to 4, so it's obviously dropped below 4. Yep, feels cold in there. Just remember, I've also got my Uni pizza digital infrared thermometer. It's currently saying it's 27 to 28 degrees. Let's open it up and see what that says. Yeah, what it says on the box, really. It has took it down. So yeah, folks, I'm quite impressed with that. It took it down from about 24 degrees to 012 degrees in what, 20 minutes running off the Bluetti. Bluetti was sending out about 45 watts and now it's sat at 0, and that's with no chilled bottles or ice or anything in it. So yeah, not bad, done a decent job. So I loaded the fridge up with some Coke and some water, filled it up basically, and I brought it into the garage, which is quite warm. I'll just check the temperature now, and yeah, it was sat at 13 for a while, and I noticed it's just dropped down to 11, so it's taking a little bit longer to cool down with it being full and potentially in a hotter area. Still drawing 45, 48 on the Bluetti. So here's the fridge in action. It's been working pretty well. It's been maintaining the temperature. It's not been drawing too much from the Bluetti. It's got a few bits and pieces in it at the minute. What I did do though was I did a random mod. So I happened to notice that I had an old mat, sleeping mat that I used to have in my swag, that's got some foil on the back of it. And I'd sort of Googled that you could use it to help keep it cool. So I did a bit of a bodge job, cut it all around the cooler, and thought I'd put some extra insulation on it with a healthy dose of duct tape. And yeah, it's been stopping the fans coming on as often. The fan is one thing that's a little bit noisy. I reckon if you're this close to it, like if you're right up next to it, it's about 60 decibels. So it's not quiet, but you know, if it's outside in your camp, or I'm just wondering how noisy it's going to be when I'm actually in the VW and this is at one end of it and my head's at the other. Although I do use an earplug, but we'll have to wait and see. But when I stepped away from it a bit, it was about 40 decibels, which is not too bad. Should be okay with an earplug in. But yeah, so I just did this bodge thermal cover for it, because you can't actually buy a specific one for it. So there you go. Doesn't look beautiful, but does the job. I don't think putting the insulation on it was absolutely necessary, but in a moment of boredom and having found it in the garage, I thought, what the hell, I'll chuck it on, won't do any harm, and it might just reduce the power consumption very slightly. But as it stands, it cooled down pretty quickly. Once you fill it all with food, it takes a little bit longer. I did notice from the initial tests outside, it cooled down relatively quickly, as you saw earlier, but when I filled it up to the max with cans and stuff, it probably took about 2 hours then to get down from the temperature it had raised to down to sort of 4 degrees. But then once it sat down at 4 degrees, yeah, it was just popping the Bluetti on every now and then, using 45 watts to maintain the temperature. And I just put this little double temperature gauge in there just to see what the temperature is off that. So this says 5, but it obviously depends where that sensor is. So right at the bottom will be 5 degrees from me testing, but like halfway up it is 6. So what I've been tending to do is, if I want 4 degrees, I'll put it down to 2. So up close now, you can hear that fan going. 50 just in front of it. If I put it near the fan, around 60. And if I move away a little bit from it, .45. So as I said, if I'm the distance that I would be in the van, it's going to be about 40 decibels. Put into this app, 40 decibels is a quiet whisper. 60 decibels is a quiet street. So at its worst, it's the same as a quiet street. So just thought I'd do a little test, see what sort of power the King's fridge is using. So as you can see, it's currently about 26, 27 in the garage here. Bluetti's fully charged, so I'll take that off the grid now. Grid's disappeared, so that's 100%. It's currently 11:34 Sunday morning, so we will see what sort of power use we get over 24 hours. This is set to 2. That's currently showing 1.4. It's about halfway down in the fridge there. So yeah, let's look in 24 hours and see what sort of power usage we've had. So here we are, exactly 24 hours later at 11:34. Temperature 3 degrees, 3 degrees on that one, and the usage on the Bluetti is 75%. And the temperature in the garage, 25, 26 degrees as it was yesterday. So in summary, based on my testing that I've done over the 24 hours, bearing in mind that I have put that extra insulation around the fridge, the calculations which I'll put here indicate that the fridge is consuming 1 amp hour per hour, so 24 amp hours per day. That seems quite comparable to the Dometic equivalent fridge, which according to the data sheet that I found for it uses 0.7 amp hours per hour. So given that this is a $100 fridge and the Dometic is a $600 fridge, I don't think you can really complain about that slight difference in usage. And as I say, that has been running for 24 hours in my garage where it's been 26 degrees throughout. The Bluetti's used 25% of its full power. So I've put the calculations here. Feel free to call out any errors, but I believe that this fridge is using 24 amp hours per day based on the setup that I've got here. So not bad at all really. What do you think? Have you used any of these King's fridges? Let me know what you think in the feedback. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, take it easy.